You're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
What you talking about, Will?
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Did I do that?
Know It All Nation. Thanks for tapping into an episode of the JAG2G, Just a Guy and Two Geniuses. I'm just a guy here with the two geniuses, my homies Rory and Stephen in the building. Fellas, what's happening? I believe this is our first time getting together in 2026, right?
It is. Happy New Year, fellas. Wow. Rory gets the first flag of the year.
Big fine.
First flag of the year.
Oh, the yellow flag. I'm not going to throw that.
Happy New Year.
Flag
Happy
on the
New
play,
Year.
Rory.
That's Happy New Year. That's what I'm saying.
What's up, man? How was you guys' New Year?
Oh, it's nice, man.
Nice.
I spent mine in California, and then I came back to Texas.
So you didn't deal with no inclement weather.
No. Well, no, that's true. No, that's a lie. It rained. It was the rainiest 14 days in California history in like 40 years while I was there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
14 straight days?
Well, I mean, they got rain almost every day over that break. So, I mean, California was flooded at one point. Like there were streets of LA and San Diego. I mean, they were getting flooded out.
California is that's some like cinematic weather they've been going through the past few years. Rest in peace to oh my god, I forgot his name.
It's not Raphael Sadiq's brother, right?
Yeah, the one who sings the lead on whatever
Raphael Sadiq sang the lead.
No. On the song Whatever You Want, his brother sings the lead on that song. It's one of the few songs that he does.
He died today? When did he die?
No, he passed away. He passed away like a year.
He passed away in March. Dwayne.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Dwayne. But yeah, man, Roy. So the song said it never rains in Southern California, though. Hey,
Raphael Sadiq's a liar.
R.I.P. to Dwayne Wiggins, who passed March 7th, 2025. But
Definitely. Legendary group, legendary singer.
I'll talk to you off screen about it, Rory. I had a friend of mine pass away that you know, but I don't want to say it on the recording here. So I'll remind me at the end of the show, I'll let you know. Okay. But nah, man. So Stephen, what did you say? You worked a lot.
Yeah, I actually worked through the whole holiday, so I just chilled. I spent the Christmas time with my family, and then New Year's I just kind of chilled by myself, did a nice little reset, cooked my black eyed peas, and that's about it. I watched the fight, which is hilarious.
The fight. Which fight are we talking about?
Paul and Joshua.
Oh, that was a long time. We ain't done a show since then.
No, I don't think so.
That's Rory boy Joshua.
Really?
I mean, he's British.
Okay, well, that's cool. Yeah. I thought
he's an Olympian. He's an Olympian. You know what I mean?
Fury's Scottish, right? Or Irish?
He's British too, but
you don't like Fury?
I mean, he's a head case, isn't he?
All of them are. They get punched in the head for a living.
and we got Lennox Lewis to go with the long storied history of British heavyweight boxers.
I mean, he's almost like me, but except Lennox went, British parents, born in, Jamaican parents, born in Britain, but then his family took him to Canada. My family took me to the USA, so we're, he's almost like me, but a little different.
Well, according to 47, you got a leg up.
It's true.
Over, but I don't know how. Maybe the only thing Lennox Lewis had on you was that he was 6'6" and was a big heavyweight boxer.
Had a nice jab.
Super nice jab.
Yep, Manuel Stewart.
So frustrating to watch. I'm sorry, but he was so frustrating to watch because most people couldn't do anything with his jab. So it was just watching a guy run into a brick wall for 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? It was just
and eventually go down like Mike.
Yeah. I mean, but he was 6'7".
Oh no, he was a master. I'm saying he was a master at his craft, but it was kind of frustrating to watch.
I really don't think he get enough credit for as great as he was. I mean,
he really doesn't.
I agree.
He doesn't because people didn't. He wasn't as much of a showman. I don't think.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't have the flamboyancy or flamboyantness. What is it? Help me out.
There's guys like Floyd, who their ability is so much higher than their opponent that they can like do stuff like take chances and make the match more entertaining. He used to do that. He used to carry. Remember, he used to fight.
I don't think. Go ahead, Roy.
I think Lennox, his fights were interesting. Yeah, I thought they were exciting fights. I mean, there was always action going on. It wasn't like he was holding people for 12 rounds. He was. It was always movement. It was hitting.
Stephen was right with just jabbing jokers, keeping him up off of him because he had
that super long reach with that jab.
Yeah, he had Shaq's reach.
Yeah, nobody could get to him. But I'm not. The fight that I wanted to see was him and Bo ran from the fight. So, or both of them ran from the fight, right?
No, Bo was Riddick Bowe was so anti that fight. He put his belt in the trash. He's like, I ain't that would have been a great fight. That would have been a really good fight because he wouldn't have just been able to jab Bo out because Bo was just as big as him.
Bo wasn't quite that big. He was big. Bo might have been about 6'4".
True, but Bo would have when Lennox jabbed and Bo would have went in and leaned on him for 5-6 rounds and tried to break him down. Yeah.
But I think Riddick Bowe by then was he was punch drunk by then.
He was at the tail end of his career when Lennox started
he was
to come
near that
up.
point where I wish I had fought earlier, but at that point he was done. He was done. He was mentally gone.
I want to just comment on. I want to just comment on neither one of them, Lennox Lewis or Floyd, had exciting fights. Like defensive fighters aren't exciting. They're tacticians. They win. They jab. They score. I want to see a brawl. I want to see you get in there and swing it like, your mama said, boy, you better not come on with that L. You know what I mean?
He tried that with Oliver McCall and got knocked out. Remember that?
I mean, Kevin's right.
He tried to brawl and he got caught. He's like, yeah, never again.
But you had guys like, I mean, this is one guy who I don't think is a lot of credit, mostly because of how his career ended. But the execution was like that, man. He had exciting fights. B-Hop had exciting fights, and he wasn't afraid to mix up and risk it a little bit.
Y'all obviously didn't see our show. We had the Mount Rushmore greatest boxers of all time, and we all picked, I believe, 5 boxers. B-Hop was in my top. My top 5 was by far the best. I had who did I have, man? I had Floyd, I had B-Hop, I had Sugar Ray Leonard.
Oof.
I had if you I'll send you guys the link to
was Manny on that list?
He was on somebody's list, he wasn't on mine.
Okay.
So yeah, we had a draft, 1, 2, 3, then 3, 2.
Was Crawford on your list?
Bud Crawford's on Big G list. I remember that because he was saying, dude. He was saying,
lost your credibility. You've lost your credibility off the rip. How is Bud Crawford not on your list?
I think I had Ali. No, you can't pick the same boxers, Rory. So it was like a draft.
So it sounds like our show. You stole our show, one of our show premises for your show. That's messed up.
I think it's the opposite.
That's thank you, Steve.
Probably the opposite there. Rory.
What? When did this one happen, Kev?
Right, you understand that we're the little brother show, right? You get that, right?
this probably is about 10 months. It was last year, but probably earlier last year,
okay,
the spring or something.
Okay,
I think as a matter of fact, it was right after Bud Crawford beat. Who did he last beat? The big fight. Hector.
Canelo.
Not Hector, but Canelo.
Yeah, Canelo. Yeah.
It was right after that fight. Bud was getting all the buzz and stuff.
I think we talked about that briefly because I said that Bud Crawford is not a showman. He doesn't know how to make the fight exciting. He can just beat people because he's real good, but he don't know how to make a bad fighter make that fight entertaining. Make it like because when he could have fought Spence 3 times, but he beat him so bad the first time nobody wanted to see it happen again.
But not in it for that, man.
Bud just want to prove. Bud just want to show can't nobody hang with him. Like,
I mean, he not trying to dance around and make it.
But I'm just saying, for the bag, if he had made that Spence fight close, he could have done it again.
But he don't care about it. He got Canelo. They got like Netflix gave him like $85 million a piece for the fight.
Yeah,
Canelo even got a little bigger bag. Now, if Bud cared about the money, he fight Canelo again, and he be the bigger piece of pie taker.
Mm-hmm. They didn't care about that. He's like $85 million is wealth forever.
Yeah. Now he want to fight some. He
not Stephen, you can't make
Prince George's though. But it's wealth forever somewhere. It's somewhere in Nebraska.
The only person that can't be comfortable of $85 million is Floyd Mayweather Jr. He is the only person in the world.
Well, Mr. Brown went through $100 million.
Yeah, Odell Beckham, AB. You got
how much money did OBJ actually make in his career though?
I don't know, but he said he can't live with less than $100 million.
Did he make that much money in his career?
I think he probably did. Look it up.
I'm looking up now.
I bet his career earnings around $100 million.
He be saying funny stuff a lot of times. Though
he made 101 in contract money.
Yeah, that's not including. The one time Odell had endorsements too, though.
True, he did.
I mean, they say that. Well, right here, his biggest contract was a 5-year, $95 million for the New York Giants.
Okay.
And he didn't play that one out. They released him in the
Raiders. But no, they traded him to the Browns. They ain't released him.
That's right.
And the Browns had to honor that contract. They had to honor the contract.
Was he ever like
injury messed Odell up? Odell was a beast.
Yeah, the injuries crushed him. Is all I remember. I remember every time. I just remember the injury in the Super Bowl. I remember him playing lights out and then getting injured in the Super Bowl.
That's the last time he really played good. I mean,
but
I'm going back to his Giant days. Odell was a beast.
Oh no, he was not, especially his rookie year. He lit us up.
Now every kid in junior high did it. But Odell was really the first one we saw do it. But man,
no one remembers that we won that game though.
Enough of the boxing and Odell and Stephen.
Let's get to the
Cowboys.
The topic of the day.
I was reminiscing on the good old Romo years.
a 7-9-1 team.
Yeah. Hey man, two picks in the first round. We got 11. We got 11 picks.
We got some money problems though. I mean, but we talk about
no, we don't. No, we don't.
Okay. Well, I was just listening another day. You got to pay George Pickens. And you probably should franchise. But that's a whole nother discussion, man. I was
gonna say we don't gotta pay nobody that's not already signed.
So what we're gonna talk about today is what we talking about: students being a student athlete versus being a professional student. See, the lines seem to be blurred sometimes to me with that. We kind of Stephen, Rory came with the idea. Interesting thing to talk about, considering how the NIL works, some of the best teams in football, college football, NIL deals, basketball players, women college basketball players, NIL deals. I think outside the women's game, women's basketball, kids can make as much money in college, if not more, than they do if they're in the pros, unless you're a first round pick. Like if you're just a really solid, like all conference level player, and your school loves you, like, you know, that guy on campus, you better off going back than you are going to get drafted in the second or third round for an NFL team. Would you guys agree?
I would agree 100%.
I would agree 100% also.
Third round pick, you might not even make the team.
Mm-hmm.
I think in football, I think you think your first 4 round picks should make the team.
They should, but I feel
like
no guarantee.
Third is right at that line where it's like, all right, some of these guys might get signed for the summer and then get cut before the season starts. Like
they could, but if you a GM and you cutting your third round picks, you're not a good GM.
Nah, you're not. You're right. You wasted your third round. You wasted your third round pick if you don't make
that'll get you up out of town quick. You know, but man, so we'll talk about a few of these different players and athletes and stuff like that. So I don't know. I immediately thought of college football because that's where the most money is spent. We saw Indiana just win a national championship. Stephen, you were commenting on Mendoza, the Heisman Trophy window, Fernando Mendoza. Indiana just won a national championship in a great game just this past Monday, the 19th. Close game, closer than I thought. Indiana was favored by 8.5. and they had won by 6, so they didn't cover, but it was a great game. Mendoza didn't play well, but he showed that he's a leader. He's tough. He'll be the number 1 pick. Steven, you had said if he came back to school, he could make as much as how much money?
I think it's $8 million, but no one really did. The school signed a new agreement with Adidas, and it unlocks all of this money that's going to be available for NIL. But it's all a guess. Right now, he's making like $3 million, I think, and they're talking about to get him to stay, they'll balloon it up to almost $8 million.
Okay, I wasn't aware, and I hadn't checked. And I mean, you heard, I'm sure you heard that he could stay, but he's going to be the number 1 overall pick. You're never the number 1 overall pick, and you're going to stay. I mean,
You don't leave that on the table.
You got to get out of there. Yeah, Oregon's quarterback Dante Moore was going back to school. He messed up the quarterback, and it's a show on the Know It Alls. Big G and Ma did a show. It's specifically about college football. We're gonna get into some other collegiate sports, and we want to talk about the student aspect of it too. But the changing landscape of college football, they did a show right the same day or the day before the college football championship. Check that out. They talk about all the big money donors each of these schools have. Like Indiana has Mark Cuban.
I brought it up the other
Oh
week.
my
You
goodness.
did.
I brought it up the other week.
You did. We know Oregon has Phil Knight. These are teams in the playoffs. Like, big in Texas. All the money's in Texas.
Texas
For-
Tech has oil money.
Yeah.
Hey,
Texas
quick
A&M
question
make
now.
the playoffs.
Quick
Texas
question
Tech
now.
make the playoffs, and Texas Longhorns. Everybody believes should have. We know they make it. They didn't make it this year, but they always there because Texas got all that money to pay people. What were you saying, Stephen?
Y'all said that Mendoza should not give up the opportunity to be the number 1 pick in the draft. But do you think that not him, but let's say anybody talented enough to be the number 1 pick in the draft might stay to avoid being drafted by the Raiders?
I don't think if he don't do it, why? I mean, because you can go to the Raiders and, like I said, make $55 million, or you can stay at Indiana and make $9 million, and who knows what happens.
But
True.
didn't the Raiders pick up? I'm not pick up, but isn't Tom Brady part owner of the Raiders at this point?
He is, and he about to hit it.
Like,
He
so
is.
if you were a quarterback, right? I mean, I'm not a big, Tom Brady's the GOAT kind of. I think Joe Montana's the GOAT. But besides that point, wouldn't you as a quarterback want to be drafted by the Raiders because Tom Brady is actually there and Tom Brady could probably coach you through?
He's not a coach.
He is a coach.
Man, he's there. He's in the building, Steven. You think Jerry Jones don't talk to Dak Prescott? He just can't tell him how to play quarterback.
Mm-hmm. And Tom Brady can teach you how to play quarterback. Done. Man knows his game.
That part is
He
a
knows
good
his
point, but I'm just looking at dollars and cents. I get $9 million from Indiana. Who knows what happened? Yeah, I get an insurance policy, but maybe I blow out my knee. You know what I mean? Right now, that $55 million is on the table in April. Right now, no more football to be played. Quarterback, you need to go to the combine and throw or do nothing. All you got to do is stay healthy until the
It's
draft.
been a while, but it's not unprecedented for a guy to just say, "I don't want to play for that organization."
But
And
Steven,
we've seen the last. I mean,
Eli
last
did.
time,
Eli did.
Eli did it because Eli wanted to go to the biggest market he could possibly go to.
But he didn't go back to school and risk injury. Everybody else that did it said, "Oh, I'm gonna go play baseball."
Mm-hmm.
True.
They didn't go back nowhere to play football and risk getting injured playing football.
Well, Eli didn't have the option to make him make $8 million either. You know what I'm saying? And that's on top of whatever he's made his
But he was
previous
willing-
5 years in college.
That's a bad comp because Eli was cool. Eli didn't have mama at home on Section 8, getting public assistance, got to put food on the table.
His family was fine.
Eli didn't have that.
Yeah.
Eli brother was already a guy when Eli was coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, so when we talk about on the field, like, oh man, here's this big running back coming at me, I got to tackle him. You got to make a business decision. You got Giannis coming up on you. You in the way, he gonna dunk on you. You make a business decision. Them is real business decisions we talk about. Whether you go, if you not from Eli money, the Manning money, and you from from Brooklyn and you live in the projects. Oh, I gotta go. Totally different. John Elway did that thing. John Elway was drafted by the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
Kyler Murray threatened to play baseball.
Yep.
I mean, so Everybody you said has an out. Fernando Mendoza don't play baseball, so why go
Nah.
back to Indiana to get $9 million? Why I go right here to the Raiders and secure this guaranteed first round picks is guaranteed, and go get this $55 million? Come on, man.
And on top of it, like after the Darnold incident, people are going to be, even CJ has had a much better subsequent years. So like, let's say you had a bad first year. I mean, you're still good because the upside of these players, like Sam Darnold is showing every person that passed on him how dumb they were. And they said, oh, he's out of here. Like when the Jets got rid of him for that.
Rory.
But anyway, I'm gonna move on. I'll move on.
No, I'm just
saying he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be okay.
Saying Sam Darnold's overrated. You look at Sam Darnold's numbers last year. Sam Darnold had 23 touchdowns, 14 interceptions this year. You telling me that's great? He played. He's a product of his defense and his entire team.
Right. He's winning games, though, Kev. He's winning games.
I mean, is he winning a game when the defense forces 5 turnovers and the offense possesses the ball for 55 minutes out of 60 minutes? Is when the defense is carrying all of the weight and generating more turnovers all the way and giving you constant chances, and all you have to do is hand the ball off and then throw to who might be one of the best receivers in the league now.
Tell that to CJ Stroud.
Around him.
Tell the CJ Stroud.
Like, it's not, oh my God. CJ Stroud is not good, man.
Tell what to CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I'm confused.
I'm saying CJ only he had a great defense. All he's got to do is not mess up. And CJ found ways to mess up all day long.
This year, CJ Stroud didn't take all the time Sam Darnold took. CJ Stroud been in the league 3 years. Was he Offensive Rookie of the Year his first year? And then he been to the playoffs 3 straight times.
That's what I'm saying. CJ Stroud is on a downward trajectory, in my opinion. He played way better.
CJ Stroud had a bad year because he didn't have Joe Mixon playing this year.
That's true.
The offensive line sucks.
They did.
The offensive line is terrible. They shouldn't have traded Tunsil.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. And they still need another weapon. I mean, as far as outside receivers, CJ Stroud gonna be fine.
Yeah,
that's why we was talking backstage, and I wanted to bet you CJ Stroud gets his contract.
They traded Tunsil. They traded Tunsil for a first-round pick, and then didn't pick a left tackle with that pick. I don't understand what they were thinking.
Well, I remember when they traded.
They thought it'd be fine. They thought they said, "Hey,
they traded him to Washington. They traded him to the Commanders."
I don't know what they got back, but yeah, I mean, you know, Tunsil had been there for a while. They probably want to get younger, but we're off topic again. Yeah. But you know, so as far as the NIL go, let's talk about some of these guys. So the guys in quarterbacks in college, like quarterback is the biggest paying position. So we'll put up this graphic. Steve, if you can see, you got the youngest eyes. Can you read what it says about these players?
As of early 2006, Arch Manning.
It's not 2006, it's 26.
2026, I'm sorry. Arch Manning generally leads college football in NIL valuations with figures around $5.6 million, though Brendan Sorsby, Texas Tech, landed a significant deal, potentially nearing $6 million in January 2026.
He just transferred from the University of Cincinnati to go to Texas Tech.
And Jeremiah Smith also ranks. Jeremiah Smith, wide receiver, Ohio State. God, y'all like a wide receiver factory. Also ranks high around $4.2 million, with top players earning substantial amounts from direct payments and endorsement deals.
Yeah, so I believe Jeremiah Smith is the highest paid non-quarterback far as NIL deals go in the country. What do we think about the money that these kids make in such a short time? I mean, well, let's put it all out there and then just talk about it. I'll say those are the quarterbacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we talked about Jeremiah Smith. Let's talk about college basketball, men's college basketball. So Cameron Boozer. Hey Steve, if he wanted to stay in school, he'd be cool too. You know why? Because much like your boy Eli, his dad was an NBA player, also went to Duke. They okay.
Now, right? He's a coach now, right?
I don't think Boozer a coach. He'd be on like NBA TV and stuff. He like
okay.
He like a analyst, but not at the top of his craft analyst.
Okay.
Yeah, but go ahead and read Cameron Boozer and what he's getting.
All right, I got you. Cameron Boozer, Duke's star basketball recruit, has a significant name, image, and likeness portfolio, estimated around $1.8 million. stemming from deals with the Jordan brand, Leaf Trading Cards, and Crocs, often alongside his twin brother Caden, with Jordan brand being a major recent contract that solidified his high valuation despite market fluctuations. His NIL value reflects his high-profile status as a top prospect and his performance at Duke, making him a leader in college basketball NIL earnings.
Yeah, so these kids kind of hit the lottery, right? Because we talked about the Mannings, we talked about Arch, we talked about, you took it back to his uncle Eli, right? I mean, Eli could choose if he wanted to go or didn't want to go because family was well off. Arch can do what he wanted to, but Arch, oh, by the way, is making $6 million in school. You know what I mean? But as far as Boozer goes, already has a Jordan brand deal with Jordan plays for Duke. Duke is not even a Nike school, are they? They might be now, but they probably are. But they're not.
I don't think they were. They were in Jordan brand. I don't think.
Shout out to Malik Brown. Shout out to Malik Brown.
Who is Malik Brown?
Of the Duke Blue Devils. He's that's Tasha's son.
Oh, he played for Duke?
He plays for Duke.
Oh, so I thought he was going to always wanted to go to Syracuse.
He did go to Syracuse. He started at Syracuse for a year and then transferred to Duke.
Oh, well, shout out Malik.
Shout out to Malik. Shout out to Malik Brown.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know that. Like I said, I knew when he's in high school and he was good because that's when we obviously worked together. But yeah, okay. When you said Malik Brown, I know you were talking about. Now you said Tasha's son, I know exactly who you're talking about. But yeah, man. Okay. But I gotta pay attention now when I watch Duke. Not that I watch a lot of college basketball yet. That's going to be coming as we go into February, though. Football will be over with.
Yeah, we run out of football, and then you
college basketball ramps up. When you're a sports fan and viewer, it's cycles to this stuff. You had your cycle. USFL, that kind of gets ignored, right? I don't pay attention to it. Do you, Roy? You might.
I mean, the Arlington Renegades are right here, Kev.
So you watch them? I mean, the Washington, what are they? The Defenders?
Defenders.
They're here. Nobody cares.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Roy, you watch Premier League when it's not football season and stuff, right?
Well, the season goes long though. It goes throughout all of it. The season starts early.
So we talked about Cameron Booth. So now basketball. This kid, you guys heard this kid, DJ Dan Bansta, goes to BYU, freshman. Steven, read about him. He's supposed to be
largest.
I've never seen him play really, really good though. I would guess he is considering the money that he's making.
And this tonight is the first time I'm hearing about this kid. The largest reported NIL deal in men's college basketball is rumored to be around $7 million annually for freshman forward AJ DeBonsta. Is it DeBonsta?
That works. I haven't talked to his parents to see how you say his name.
DeBonsta, who committed to BYU, though some estimates place his total deal as high as $4 to $7 million as a recruit, with his valuation around $4.4 million as of late 2025. Another significant figure is a pass deal for a 5-star recruit signed in 2022 for potentially $8 million before their senior year, including an immediate and monthly payments. With that last part, what is that? Who is that? Is that referring to him?
No, I think they're saying that's the highest deal outside of this one. I mean, like that deal is the only one reportedly that's higher than his. So I'm taking it. Okay.
And I have a question. How do they get the figures for these NIL deals? Is it none of it's like they don't publicly say what they're paying people, do they?
It's not reported, but how do we find out what's going on in the White House?
We don't.
they information they release, right? So that's like Carson Beck. Everybody, it's always like these weird gray area estimates, right? It's like anywhere between 4 to 6 million. Like that's ridiculous, man. We're talking about millions. Like we potentially don't even know how many millions these student athletes are playing.
I still don't have a problem with any of this. Kevin's known me long enough that I talk about
buy them a chicken dinner. You know what I'm saying? And
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with athletes getting paid, but I think it should be regulated, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to be honest. I think what we're watching right now is the NCAA allowing these young men to hang themselves. They're allowing them to run with no guardrails, and they're going to let this keep going until the transfer portal system breaks. And until the money gets so big that they have to step in and regulate it. I think that, and
You sound like our president right now.
no, that's not what I'm saying, man. I'm saying that the NCAA wants to regulate it. They want to have control over it, but they'd rather step in and be the body cleaning it up rather than telling them what they should do with their money out of the gate. You know what I mean?
Well,
I mean, if you go back in history, the NCAA's, college football started like this back in the day, where you had professional athletes paying for these, various universities. So we've kind of swung right back to the beginning.
Yeah, and former LSU coach and national championship winner coaching Joe Burrow from the Ohio State. With the LSU won that championship. Ed Orgeron said, back in the day, you used to bring the money through the back door, pay the athletes. And the only difference is now you take it through the front door. Used to be in a brown paper bag brought through the back door. Now it's in a briefcase coming through the front door. Only difference. This has been going on.
Isn't that better though? Because now you don't have a bag man. It's not somebody in the middle taking a cut that doesn't really deserve one.
That's true, but it's still the regulation part of it, man. To me, needs to be like rules to it, right? Like it's just wide open. You got kids getting in the transfer portal, don't get picked up. They left one school, go to another. They didn't get what they thought they were gonna get because now they're not giving up only a percentage. They getting bad information. They're not getting paid. Some kids left in the portal.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of kids left in the portal. I mean, this is
and that's what I'm talking about. They could have stepped in last year and done something about the portal because it was already starting to become a thing where, like, they kind of soft made it so that the guys have to play in the bowls this year. But they really need to regulate how frequently the guys can do this.
Well, they did. They cut it down this year. It's only one portal cycle. Was two.
Right. So now the money is going to be what tips it over.
So, but real quick, we talked about. Did you guys see the World Economic Forum yesterday?
In Davos?
Yeah.
I watched.
I saw parts of it.
I saw bits of it. Yeah.
Do you guys know the difference between Greenland and Iceland?
Yes.
Yes.
So we got a graphic here just demonstrating
the
difference. Greenland is that big plot of land, and Iceland is like a little island. I mean, I guess it's probably not all that little, but in compared to Greenland, it's very little. But it's like an island off the southeastern coast of Greenland. So I just want to tell people that don't know. I'm not saying no names.
What are we trying to do here? What are we trying to do? I'm so confused.
We give them a geography lesson, man. Because I heard the person on TV say that, and I was kind of like,
I'm like, this nigga here.
I was like that. Like, I couldn't believe what I was hearing, right?
I think the U.S. president was referring to the fact that it's
that's who was talking?
Was that?
That was who was talking? The U.S. president? I wasn't gonna call no names, man.
I'm just saying. I think he was referring to the fact that it had lots of ice on the terrain. Not that it was actually Iceland, but it's a land of ice.
He doesn't know the difference between the two places, Rory. He doesn't know he doesn't know the place that he actually wants. He doesn't know anything about these places. He doesn't know anything. Do you think that he knows that Iceland is mostly permafrost?
Has lots of ice on it.
Does he?
The Iceland, the land of ice.
Hey, Rory, do you
Iceland
think
itself.
that he knows that the oil that he wants can't actually be, you can't get to it right now? That everybody is, that the fight over this is about when the ice melts, who gets access to it then?
I think that's part of the, but
The
he wants,
confusion
all
about
he wants though,
Iceland?
he didn't want the oil. He wants the dome. He wants the golden dome there to protect us from our enemies.
What enemies do we have in Europe?
While making enemies, though. We do now. We
We didn't used to need that for most of Europe, is all I'm saying. Like, before 2025, we were
Don't forget Russia and China.
I'm sure Golden Dome's going to stop us. Russia has ICBMs, man. The dome not going to stop that.
Wait, it's going to be a special
Their
dome.
missiles go to space just like ours.
If you hear what he said,
it's going to be a big, beautiful dome. I got you.
Yeah, the biggest one.
Let's get back.
People tell me they've never seen anything like this before.
That part, Stephen. But all right, let's go to the women's game, right? So Juju Watkins, USC player, got hurt last year in the tournament. She's still getting paid on an NIL deal. She's not playing any basketball, and she's gonna go pro after this year. And I think in the women's game, I don't think it's a decision to be made. Because if you're the number one top 10 pick in the women's NBA draft, you go.
No, you gotta go.
Because even if you're a top 10 player in women's college basketball, you're not making those millions and millions like the guys are. You're making a few $100,000, maybe. I think maybe up to $400,000, depending on how good you are. But Steve, go ahead and read about Juju for us, man.
All right. USC basketball star Juju Watkins still has numerous NIL deals with recent partnerships, including Unrivaled. That's Caitlin Clark's league, right?
No,
who owns Unrivaled?
Keep reading. I'll look.
And continued relationships with major brands like Nike, Gatorade, Fanatics, and Degree, even while recovering from a torn ACL that sidelined her for the entirety of the 2025-2026 season. She remains one of the top NIL earners in college sports, expanding beyond traditional endorsements into equity investments like backing a professional team and showcasing her marketing ability. She was the one who was at the game with Jaden Daniels, right?
Yeah, and Jaden Mama got all up in the business. But Breonna Stewart and Nafisa Calder, who are two current WNBA players, I think they created that league to give the ladies a venue and avenue to get paid during the offseason because they don't make as much as the men. So, and it did really well last year for the first year. It did really well. Women's 3-on-3 full court. If you're not familiar with the Unrivaled League. So, yeah, I mean,
what was Cube's league called again? Does he still have
Big Three?
Yeah, Big Three. Yeah. But that was half court. That was men, former NBA player. They still got it though.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty watchable.
So Unrivaled is full court 3-on-3.
Full court 3-on-3.
Okay, that's probably pretty cool.
Yeah, check it out. We got kind of popular last year.
I gotta check that out. That's probably real fast paced.
Yeah, got real popular last year.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to say that Juju, she's probably better off staying at USC. I'm sure they got I don't know what her NIL money contract is, but I mean, Caitlin Clark was making what? She's making a 4 year, some like $300,000 contracts. She's making I remember people in Indiana were getting, Hoosiers, right? Bill. They were upset that she was getting like $76,000 a year. That's how much she was getting a year. They're like, she's making less than a teacher. And they're like, that's true. That's true. And she's getting the endorsements.
Yeah, but I mean,
way more.
And because of her,
but she could have got that in college. You know what I'm saying? But she did 4 years. She did her full 4 years, so she's not getting any more. But if she could have stayed another year, she probably could make more in college as she could in the pro.
Well, I think the brand is bigger when you go to the NBA. You're number one overall player. You're the face of a franchise. The city gets behind you. The Midwest nation, even. You know what I mean? So not only is she big in Iowa, now she's big in Indiana. You know what I mean? And she's big in a lot of other places, obviously.
But she was big in lots of places when she was in college, though. She
was. But just being number one overall pick in the WNBA, I mean, she had it tough, but she got paid. And her, among other players, like, I mean, even the girl that got drafted last year out of UConn, Paige Bruckers, really good. You know what I mean? Angel
She's
Reese,
down here in Texas.
Really good.
She's down here in Texas.
She's down here in Dallas. They got lucky and got Paige Bruckers and Cooper Kupp in the same year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But yeah, so I don't know. And like Juju's gonna be number one overall pick still. She's not even played.
Well, she can get $80,000 a year.
But she got deals with Nike, State Farm, just like Caitlin Clark already.
That's what I'm saying. She might as well just stay where she is, though. You know what I'm saying?
She has a sellable face. Why would she stay where she is, though? That's crazy, right? Why would she stay in school?
She's a USC.
Yeah, but she could go to the pros and then spend all of her free time getting more money, doing more deals and stuff like that, instead of having to go to class. She might go to some
barnstormer, the barnstormer, like some team in the Midwest or something, some low money city. You know what I mean?
Now,
stay in
so
LA.
Caitlin Clark making like $95,000 a year for her WNBA contract.
Yeah, but that does not
They
include
up
that
it?
does
Is
not include what she's making in endorsements at all.
No, her salary's 85. No, not at all. That's where she getting her money at.
All of her money's is in her endorsements.
State Farm and all the
But
others.
the women's game salary is about to go up.
Yeah, it
It
is.
is. I hope so. I hope so.
They finally put some money into promoting it, so people started watching it.
Well, they did because they finally finished the season not in the red.
Yeah.
Like in all these years, I believe since '97, this is the first year that they didn't finish in the red. The NBA is as well. They should. They're the parent league, right? Has been carrying them, but now they have to. The NBA needs to up the investment because this game is getting big, and you seeing all kind of basketball, Olympics, women's basketball all over the world. That game is growing too. So if you're smart in WNBA, you're in the NBA, you invest in the WNBA, raise their salaries, raise their profile, and let that game grow, and you'll benefit from it on the other side of things.
And the NBA need to start stacking them sandbags for what it's going to be like when you have a LeBron-less league. I'm just saying, man. They got lucky with after Jordan. It was just so many good dudes, man. It was just so many real good dudes. They did not.
And it's still real good dudes. Now they're just foreign. People still gonna be into basketball. I mean, in my opinion.
I mean, it's hard. I think you have to have a polarizing figure, though. You have to have somebody. You have to have somebody that people want to see lose, even more than you want. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to have somebody that is so good that people hate him. Kind of like that's Caitlin Clark right now. She's good, and it's like it's not that she's just that she's good. She pisses people off. They want to watch her to watch her lose. You know what I mean?
I don't disagree. I mean, but it's kind of like the whole and Rory. Well, he may be old enough to remember, but I don't know if he was here. But it's kind of like the Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. It's just a female version 50 years later. It's divisive because you got the great white guy, Larry Bird, from the country, Indiana. You know, Magic Johnson. You muted, Rory. Magic Johnson. You're muted if you're saying something.
I was just mouthing who, but then I said he's a sycamore though. He's a sycamore, so it doesn't count. Continue.
No, I mean, Larry Bird is bigger than Reggie Miller. The next biggest basketball figure in Indiana probably is Steve Alford. You remember him?
Yeah.
Steven don't know about Steve Alford.
No.
Do a quick Google machine search.
I know Reggie, but like I was actually trying to think about that. Who's some legendary Pacers?
Oh, no, hey man, Olympic squad too. He was pretty good. Go ahead, continue, Kevin.
Steve Alford was the Hoosier, but no, I'm just saying that and Angel Reese is looked at like as the bad guy, right? She's inner city Baltimore. She kind of rough, but she's nice looking, and she has a fan base too, like Caitlin Clark, and they kind of like they have the two of them have elevated the game. You know, they've made it like it. You remember when the Celtics used to be like, I hate to say it like that, but the white squad against the black squad. Now it was the black players on the Celtics and there was white players on the Lakers, but that's how you looked at it because of the stars, right? You got Larry Bird, Danny Ainge, Kevin McHale. You got Magic Johnson. You got James Worthy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's how.
Rambis.
Oh, yeah, Kurt Rambis was the white guy. All right, well, let me go ahead and Dennis Johnson on the Celtics. Let me name a black guy on the Celtics. There. Well, now Lakers got one white guy. Celtics got one black guy.
Well, Robert Parrish.
Robert Parrish was there. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so no, I just think that the league is trending positive, and I think Juju should go, even though it's not going to make what she's making at USC as far as playing basketball. Everything else is going to be.
I think she has a very strong face card, and I think that is a very marketable face card that she has there. And I think that that's a lot of the reason why she should move on to the pro game, because you can't do modeling jobs and stuff like that when you got class. You know what I'm saying?
They do.
You just screw that. You just stop going to school and then you make as much money as you can as quickly as you can. That's really what you. I mean, I hate that. That may sound harsh, but that's the reality of that. Of like Kevin said, the league is not anywhere at the at the same level as the men's game, and you gotta make money while you have the opportunity to. And I think that's what that's what these student athletes, that's what you're seeing. The guys are looking at it and they're weighing it. Am I actually a professional athlete? Probably not. Let me try to work the NIL system as much as I can and get as much out this as I can, because I'm not good enough to be an NFL or NBA player.
And that's now security. So you just go to school for an education. If you was an athlete, like you fall back on your education, if you wasn't good enough to make it pro, now you go back and you're going to go learn, but you're also going to go earn at the same time. You're doing both. You're learning and earning.
And it comes down to me, that guy is the guy on the job that got somebody clock out for him or work some overtime that he didn't get. And it's kind of like, are you really mad at him? He's not hurting you. Yeah, he's working the system. He's exploiting the system. But are you mad at him? He's not getting anything that he wouldn't have already been entitled to. He works. He does the job. He's just not the best at it. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel about it. Is these kids are getting money. They're getting a fraction of the money that they help generate. They generate all of the revenue that comes back to them. All the money, it funnels through the system of them playing the game and people wanting to watch it and people wanting to advertise to those people who are watching those games. So I don't have any problem with them getting the money. I do have a problem with exactly what you guys said. Them abusing the system is going to lead to what I said. The NCAA is just going to step in and take it over. And it'll be just like it was before, where now you won't have any control over where you can go and stuff like that. And the money will go to the people who follow these, who are part of this, the Big Ten fund or stuff like that. And I think that's not a good thing, because right now you're seeing even Division II school guys get paid to play football, which is a great thing.
Yeah, no, that's good for them. But my only thing with it just needs to be regulated. Like, you can't just be jumping from school to school. You can transfer one time in your career. You know what I mean? If it's for some other reason, some reasons that are unforeseen, and you can maybe get a waiver to go one more time. But all this every year, you got kids been playing for 4 different teams in college.
I mean, I agree with you 100%. I just feel as though, like, if that happens, though, now we're kind of back to where we were before, because the players now have no options. So you have let's say you go to a place that the coach is a jerk, right? The coach knows, I got you now, sucker. You ain't got no more ways to. I mean, and that's the problem.
But chances are, just like when you go to a job, I mean, when you go into
I'm
a
just
job,
saying you might get a coach who now knows that you have no other options.
You don't start a job if you don't know what the salary is. So when that player transfers, you know what you grade get, and you know it's not forever. You're not trying to retire. You're not getting health insurance from your job and stuff. You're getting money. So when you make that decision for the second or maybe third time at most, then you know what you need to make a good decision. You don't get to just getting flyers. Can
I say this? I think the way that you fix it is not to regulate it. I think that you just ban the agents from being involved in the process completely.
Well,
you can do that.
You can do that.
You can.
It's the whole advantage thing. It's like people taking advantage of.
There's a thing. There are ways you can say. There are ways you can classify them where they can still get paid, but they're considered amateurs. Where like agents are not allowed to interact with them. They can make rules that say if you cut the guys out that are encouraging these guys to do this behavior, then it'll stop. I'm telling you.
You talk about the agents talking to the guys. What about when the agents talking to the parents? Do you know the kid that he just transferred to Ohio State, which is how I know about it? But his mom, they paid him money. His mom signed the papers, forged his name for him to commit to Tennessee. He played a year on Tennessee last year because his mom got paid. He had to file with the NCAA to get to transfer because he didn't sign the paper to commit to Tennessee. His mama did. And now he just transferred to Ohio State.
Well, and that's like terrible, but that hopefully that's the exception to the rule. That's like the 1%. But what I mean to say is there's far more agents active calling these kids when they're in high school, telling them what they should be doing and where they should be going. If you cut them out, like you cut out the bagmen, maybe some of that action slows down. If these kids are
I-
not on their own deciding at 18, yeah, if I go here and then play 6 months and then I transfer to Middle Tennessee, they're not deciding all that shit on their own.
And that's my question, Stephen. How do you regulate that? Because the agents got to talk to the kids, they talk to the parents, especially when it's parents in socioeconomic distress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like Rory said, though, you're just back to the old way again. Now you're closing doors, and now it becomes guys with bags and you don't know what's in the bag. Like you don't want to go back to that. The parents
I was saying like when you go back to like the year 1900, 1901, when NCAA wasn't around at this point, so quote unquote, and you had like Princeton and all the Ivy Leagues. They were basically paying people. They had grown human beings playing their college sports.
The teams that are never in it now, never.
Right.
Princeton, Harvard, they compete amongst themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
If you go to the records back in the day, you see like Princeton won like 10 national championships, but Yale won another 5.
All those schools could still be in it because they have the largest endowments of probably most universities.
You named just now like 10 billion in endowments. Like not even like just off the. We could do that. They could get it.
We could be sitting here right now talking about Harvard and Yale going to the Final Four. We could be talking about that right now.
It'll be Yale pays for all top 5 Blue Star recruits in the entire country. They spent the endowment.
And you wouldn't dispute that. I'm just saying that the NIL money usually I don't think there's revenue sharing in regards to what the school brings in, but and that goes into a big pot and gets spread amongst the players. I think evenly, doesn't it?
And the conference.
Right.
So like
that's kind of separate from the school, though, right? I mean, so when the money comes in, it's usually coming from the people who maybe went to the school, people who just like are hanger-ons and just love the university. Like University of Miami has a lot of hanger-ons. Like, did you go to? No, I didn't go there, but I love that school. I love the U, and all this money is going into the U.
On top of that, the schools themselves can negotiate corporate sponsorship deals where for
the athletes.
Yes, that's very similar to what Indiana just did with Adidas. They're allowed to. Indiana can go directly to Adidas and say, "Hey, can y'all give us $10 million for NIL deals?" And then now those guys,
Signetti was actually referencing that. He was like, "You guys," like I think they were interviewing him, asking him about how much money these athletes get. And he was like, "How much money is the school?" And he's like, he says, "You guys are overestimating our NIL because they're not giving the money. It's coming from other places. It's coming from other sources." Signetti has done that wonderfully, masterfully. That the university is not going out of too much pocket. I mean, they've paid into improving the infrastructure. The 60 mil that they paid for all that stuff to make the school look inviting to new athletes. But in regards to them, the school coming out of pocket and that's not happening. They're getting all the contracts, all the endorsements to come in and do all that stuff, which is, I think, masterful.
No, I don't disagree. I'll just say we gotta wrap it up. That this my final thought. I think when I say it should be regulated, a cap on the amount of transfer portal trips, a cap on what a team can spend as far as to bring new players in. You know what I mean? Like a salary cap. I mean, because that's what it is. It's unfair if Texas got all the Texas school, because all the money down there, all the alum down there that went to them schools, got an unlimited amount of money to bring in all the players in. You lose the competitive balance that is college football. And stop wasting spaces on James Madison and Tulane. You know what I mean? It'd been a better playoffs if you put Notre Dame and Texas in there in place of Tulane and Notre Dame. Limit the transfer portal, maybe 2 trips, but not like anytime you want. And put a cap on what this thing can seems like we're getting upwards close to $50 million now. And if you want to stop it there, stop it there. But the team can't exceed a new class of transfer portals and new incoming 5-star high school athletes. You can't
generating more than this amount of money.
Yeah, you can't spend more than $50 million on your team.
But remember, they're not spending once again, and they're still not spending, right?
Hey, I have a question though.
They're getting the deals.
So to me, and I think what people want to avoid happening is, which I think honestly, and again, Kevin, we talked about this years before this happened, that if they ever started paying the players, that some schools' programs would just go away. They just would not be able to have the resources to pay the players.
Mhm.
And at that point, if they can't play the players, they shouldn't have a team. You know what I mean? And if the idea is to keep parity so that all teams can have a few good players, they're still not making enough money that they can pay those players, not what they should make based on what other players are making.
I don't think college athletics is about competitiveness anymore. I mean, because it's you can't regulate. It's not like a NFL or NBA where you got a certain amount of teams. If you suck, you get the first pick. Like, you know, if you're a college team and you just were in the college football playoffs, you know who got a top 5 recruiting class? All the teams that was just in the playoffs.
Ohio State, Indiana, SEC teams, everybody is good already.
And Signetti's blueprint is now out. I mean, I think that's his. I mean, he has been masterful he's been doing that, right? But now his blueprint's out. Everyone knows his blueprint. Like, oh, wait a second.
Also, the COVID players are that's going to be not a thing anymore. Those guys are going to be gone. They're not going to be able to lean on that anymore.
You're right about that. You still have red shirt people, like people.
Yeah, and you'll still go to JUCO and get experienced players who are like.
And JUCO doesn't count anymore.
Right.
JUCO doesn't count
at all.
Yeah.
So you can just go to JUCO and get 2 years of football
big and get strong, and then come play Division
be
20
and be playing with 18-year-olds. Like, that's crazy, man.
That's why
I thought
the whole regulation part. That's what I'm talking about.
JUCO doesn't count in basketball. It never has. That never made sense to me. That a guy could go to JUCO in basketball and be a 20-year-old freshman. What?
Well, this where we're at. The state
is what it is.
Yeah, and basketball they do prep school, so they do the thing where you're not even really in college. You in fake school,
right?
You in college prep.
And most people they go to prep school. They got scholarships.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They parents not paying for that because the plan from Go is for this little boy, little girl to go to the league. That's it. That's the plan. That's the lottery ticket. And the university you go to is just a conduit to get to where you trying to go.
I think, and we can't talk about this now. This would have to be another episode, but I think that's a part of it that I really wanted to kind of scratch away on is what it looks like for Rory or other high school teachers or what the interactions with these parents is like now that it's all out in the open. And the reality is at 18, these kids could be making millions of dollars. That has to dramatically change the way that parents act. And I'd love to hear from the teacher's perspective. Well, I just shut the hell up and just
Maryland has the option. Maryland has those 2 track powerhouses right now. Now Bullis is one of them, and what's the other school? Oh my gosh, they've also loaded up too. So Bullis was the original powerhouse in Maryland. And now another school is like loaded up. So they got two high schools who have like signing kids from all over the country to come to their private school it's happening. That could be the next discussion. That's
like it is for basketball where my
IMG Academy, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, my brother went not IMG, that's down in Florida, but down in Orlando was Mount Verde. Cooper Flagg played there. You got all these some of the other teammates played down there that went to Duke. They got drafted last year. All 5 starters from Duke last year got drafted. 4 of them in the first round, 1 of them in the second round. And I believe 3 or 4 of them played the kid that was from Maryland. Got drafted played at Maryland one year. What's his name? Stephen played for Maryland last year. Got drafted by the he about to replace Zion. They gonna get rid of Zion for him.
Oh my God, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Derek Queen.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, that's him.
Derek Queen.
Zion gonna be playing.
He went down there to play in Florida. So that's all these prep schools are about. They give you scholarships. You come there, you get kind of expertise training from high-level coaches, high-level training and nutrition and everything to get you ready to go play that 1-year college. Because that's what you gotta do now. Otherwise, they'd be going straight to the league. Some of them still go to the G League and play and then go to the NBA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, the rule still in football is you got to be 3 years from your graduating class to go to the NFL.
Right.
But, man.
Do you see that changing anytime? Nah, no way.
Oh,
The NFL wouldn't.
Yeah,
The NFL and the NCAA love each other. They would never do anything to hurt each
They
other.
got a good partnership, and you can't send
Yeah.
a 17-year-old, 18-year-old rookie to the NFL. You'll get broke.
Nah, he'll get murdered. Yeah,
It'll change your life.
Yeah.
It might end your life.
He'd be like, I don't want to play football no more. I got hit in the open field by who's well, yeah, anyone on the Denver Broncos. God.
Oh, the guy in Denver is their best player to me is the dude number 15. What's his name?
The safety?
No, the outside linebacker.
Oh.
Starts with a B.
They got a whole bunch of Bammers I don't know, and all them Bammers can play. Every last one of them.
Nick Benito. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. I know. Yep.
Dude is a beast.
He flies, man.
Yeah, dude is a beast. Well, with that being said, man, we come to the end. Great show with you guys. Everybody that tapped in, hit that like button to subscribe. The Know It Alls now has memberships. Sign up for a membership. Get some backstage content, some content that's not on YouTube that everybody's not privy to, or you can get it's on YouTube, but you get access to it if you're a member. You got custom emojis and all that stuff. Hit the thumbs up, hit the like. You guys got anything to say before we get out here till we get back here next week sometime?
Nope. Just thanks for joining us and looking forward to seeing y'all in the next episode.
I hope that there's no regulations until make the system crash first. Get some of these players some money, some wealth generating money for their families and everything, and then crash it and then restart it and build it into something more, feasible and saleable. But anyway, that's my take on it. Let it crash first. Let it crash first. Let these players get some cash that has been denied them for 70 years, 80 years, and then after that.
If things keep going the way they're going currently, the whole damn world economy gonna crash. And with that being said, we out of here. Peace.
Right, peace.
Mamba out.
Y'all come back now. Here